My name's Tony and welcome back to Fragdicted. This is my top 10 cheap fragrances for autumn or fall. Now, just because it says cheap, it doesn't mean they lack quality. I've picked these carefully from some of the favourite fragrances I love to wear. Stay right where you are. So number 10 on my list is from Axis, a house that I've never heard of before, and it is called Elegant Blue. Now, I've picked this because it was recommended to me from a subscriber, Max his name is, and it is, I believe, meant to be an interpretation of Ultramal from Jean Paul Gaultier. And you know what, although I don't own that fragrance, I've smelt it on a number of occasions and it does have a similar DNA. It's not the same, it hasn't got the same quality. But this only costs £10. This has spices, it has woods, it has caramel, it has amber, and it has bucket loads of tonka. It is quite synthetic, but it smells really good. It's very mass appealing, very easy to wear. And for £10, you can just chuck it on any time, top up whenever you want. So that is number 10, and that is Axis Elegant Blue. Number 9 on my list is a fragrance that I've had for some time. It was one of the fragrances that started my journey. I picked it up from Lidl. I didn't know at the time it was an interpretation of anything. It turns out it is. And it's an interpretation of Solo by Leove. And this is called Essence UNICKO, and you can see how much I've used of that. I've got a real fondness to this. I wore it a lot with a suit and tie. It was my work daily fragrance. I got a few compliments on it. And when I spray it now, my daughter even says it smells like me. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to pick it up again, so I'm going to go a bit lighter from now on. I'd love to pick up the original at some point. I'm not going to go through all the notes of this because it's quite a complex fragrance. It has so much going on, but it never feels busy. It never feels too much. It's got this cleanliness and this class to it. It's got a bit of woodiness to it. It's got a good backbone. It lasts very well. This cost me £6. So for 100ml, it's an eau de parfum, absolute bargain. If you ever see this in a Lidl store, grab it. Now, the number 8 choice on my list is from Perfume Parlour. It is called the Veectus. It's La Nuit de l'Homme mixed with Invictus. So it's got a bit of depth to it, but it's got that bubblegum sweetness. Very addictive, very easy to wear. It's a little bit synthetic, but it smells really good. And you wouldn't think of mixing these together, but somehow it works. So that is my number 8 choice for this list. Number 7 on this list is from Rayan Tradition, and this was hyped massively by Nigel at 2 cents worth, and he actually sold me this bottle because he knew I was interested in trying it, so thanks Nigel. Very happy to have this in my collection, definitely deserves to go in this list. It is a cheapie, and it is called Insurrection 2. This is their interpretation of Pure Havane by Mugler. It has a gorgeous cherry tobacco vibe going on. It lasts all day. It's fairly good quality for the price point as well. It's got some lift, it's got some pop. It just works really well on my skin. I find it really addictive, really sweet, but never cloying. Absolutely love this one. That's my number 7 choice, Insurrection 2. We're on to number 6 now. And number 6 is from Perfume Parlour again. This is something I enjoyed last winter, and I've been holding off to obviously wear it when the temperature drops. certainly done that now, so looking forward to wearing this again. And it is Stronger With You, and it is 1758. So Perfume Parlour's interpretation of Armani's Stronger With You, if you hadn't guessed that already. It's got cardamom, it's got spices, it's got vanilla, it's got woods, it's got resins. This is one of my favourite from Perfume Parlour. They have got a lot of really lovely fragrances, but this lasts all day on my skin. It smells fairly good quality for the price point, and I just find this type of fragrance really addictive. This is that good that I don't really feel the need to even add the original to my collection. Tried that in store on a few occasions and I love it, but I just think this does the job so well. So why spend the extra money when I've got so many other fragrances I want? And for that reason, it's made this list. So that is number 6, Stronger With You from Perfume Parlour. We're on to number 5. We're getting to some real quality fragrances now at the price points they are. This has been something I have worn a little bit in the summer. I did pick it up just a few months ago, so I have enjoyed it. But I do think it's better suited to this weather and this temperature. And that is from Pocketscents, and it is called Versailles 1722. And this is their interpretation of Leighton by Parfums de Marly. There's quite a few interpretations I've smelt now. I've not really got a favourite. I'm not sitting on the fence. It's just that they do different things. Now, what this does, it is probably the smoothest blend of all the interpretations I've tried. Not one note really jumps out. It smells real quality. So you get that really smooth blend of apple and woods, vanilla and cardamom, and just enough spice to give it that kick. Now, it's just gorgeous. It's so addictive. Real quality, and for the price point, definitely worth trying. I know many that love this. It's so well deserved to be on this list. So that is my number 5, and it is Versailles 1722 by Pocketscents. Now we're on to number 4. This has been one of my favourite fragrances I've had since the start of my collection. It's received so much hype, and rightly so in my opinion. So many people know what this is, so it's not original. Not for the list anyway. But it is Rich Warm Addictive. No cheapy autumn or winter list would be the same without this. The name is so apt. It's so addictive. It's got tobacco, coconut, honey, cedar, cinnamon. It could easily go in any winter list as well, but now the temperature's dropped, I've been looking forward to wearing it again. I couldn't not put it in this list. One of my favourite cheapies of all time. The one I've picked up as well seems to last pretty well on me. I'm quite lucky, I suppose, with that, because I know the newer batches have suffered with some performance issues, or so I've heard, but I haven't got that problem, so who cares? Definitely worth trying if you've never tried it already. And that is number 4, Rich Warm Addictive by Zara. Now we're on to my final 3, and yes, I am hugging a tree.
Tree hugger.
Number 3 is from one of my favourite houses. I know I have pushed these a fair bit, but I wouldn't do that if I didn't believe in them or believe in the quality. And this is from Rosa Salas, and it is called Reyes Noir. Which is their interpretation of Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. I picked this up recently and I'm just in love with it. I've literally fallen in love all over again. It's got everything I think I love in a fragrance. It's got some sweet spices, it's got some orange, it's got some light florals, it's got some resins and some woods. It has this almost vanillic, creamy quality to it. but it's got a sweet nuttiness as well. It really is a wonderful fragrance, and the dry down is just sublime. Gorgeous. I'm just literally in love with it. So that is number 3 from Rosa Salas, and it is Reyes Noir. Now we're down to my final 2. Of the final 3 that I picked, any one of them could have made top spot. All 3 of them are from my favourite sort of inspired by or clone houses. And I've got a real soft spot for the owners too, which doesn't help. But hey, I wouldn't put them on the channel if I didn't believe in the product. Number 2, I know many people that have tried this and absolutely love it. It's from Pocketscents. It's probably my favourite fragrance from them so far. And that is saying something, because they've released some absolute bangers over this last year. I've had compliments on this. My wife loves it on me. She's given me some unsolicited compliments on a couple of occasions now. And it is Man in the Mirror. It's just lovely, it really is. The notes are rosemary, pink pepper, jasmine and sandalwood. It just screams quality. This is their interpretation of Reflection Man by Amouage. It's an extrait de Parfum. It's a 50 ml and I believe it's £35. I've got a good sized decant of the original of Reflection Man. And this to me is better than that. It's stronger and it lasts longer. It hasn't quite got the same smooth blend as that. But, I love the strength of this. The sillage is incredible. It performs very well. If you imagine Jean Paul Gaultier on steroids, but with a creamy, clean, almost vanillic touch to it, that's what this is. It's just quality and I absolutely love it. And massive congrats to Matt for releasing this, because it's just insane. If you've not tried this yet, I really would encourage you to reach out to Matt and at least give it a sample, because it's bloody insane. It really is. So that is my number 2 choice, and there's something that I've enjoyed just as much as this. Let's move on. So this is my number 1 choice for autumn or fall 2020, and this is again from Rosa Salas. Don't forget to use the code Fragdicted for 10% off. And it is Freaky Ace. This is their interpretation of Effin' Fabulous by Tom Ford. Now, the reason I got this into my collection was because I actually tried the original. And that was from Travel Spray 128. I'll leave the link in the description below. And I was just blown away by it. It's one of those fragrances that you just have to wear on skin. It just really comes into its own when it warms up on the skin. It's got almonds, it's got orris, it's got leather and it's got vanilla. It is 100% unisex. Me and my wife both enjoy this equally. In fact, I've had to steal this out of her collection to bring with me on this stroll through the woods. And it's got this vanillic dry down deep into the thing. But one of the things I like about this is it changes on the skin. It's got a real freshness up top. Then when the orris and the almonds start to come through, it gives it this real vanillic feeling to it. So the mixture of the almond and the orris just give it this really gorgeous, addictive quality to it, like resinous. And then when the leather and the vanilla start to come through, it's just a match made in heaven. I love the original, but this is just as good. It lasts just as long, if not longer. It's incredible value for money. Go and check it out on their website. I'll be leaving the link in the description below. So I hope you've enjoyed my stroll around the woods, reviewing my top 10 cheapies for autumn 2020. Really appreciate you joining me. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe I know it's boring, I say it every time, but it really does help grow the channel. I look forward to seeing you again in the next one. And don't forget to keep smelling wonderful.